And how are you doing? I'd like to give my take on this whole Daddy Freeze and Taste Buds and him being sued. Now, I'm just going to say this. I don't like Daddy Freeze. On sight, I do not like the man. He looks sinister. He looks foul. Now, when I first heard about the wife, my first introduction to her was when I listened to the interview on Linda Keji when she talked about her situation and how she later discovered that she married a closeted gay man. And for 10 years, it was just keeping up appearances. She was not happy. She was just there to give birth to children. She was basically, as what we would call in America, a beard. And she got tired of that. Now, if you know anything about Nigeria and the way things work down there, it's very corrupt and very backward. And the divorce was stretching out and stretching out and stretching out. In fact, I'm not even sure if she still has been granted that divorce. So she's decided to move on with her life. She wanted a divorce. He's dragging it out. So she's supposed to wait till whenever the Nigerian court decides that she can be free. She's in bondage? Talk about a woman being property. And people want to know why. People want to question why you have a feminist movement. See, when I first heard about the word feminism growing up in Nigeria, it was considered a bad thing. It was considered that if you are this thing, you are a terrible person, until I started digging deep and doing some serious studies into it. And it was all about women's rights. Women are not fighting to be equal to men or challenge men. They just want their freedom to live their life. And this is one of such. So this woman is supposed to stay unhappy, stay by herself until whenever the so-called courts decide that she can be free. And so because she's decided to live her life and be happy, she's committed adultery? Really? And like she so eloquently said in an interview that I listened to, if that is what you call adultery, then let her wear it with pride. But the beautiful thing about this whole incident is that to the sensible and the intelligent, we have to really start rethinking things in that country. Labeling this woman. And I'm not a fan of neither of them. I am not a fan. I don't know the wife. I'm not a fan of either of these people. I don't know them. But that woman did not commit any adultery. You just want to keep women in bondage. You want her to be miserable. And I'm glad that she went ahead and did what she had to do and lived her life. But one good thing about all of this is that it really should raise issues and start the discussion of women having rights, because this just shows no respect for women. No respect for women. And to this ex-husband, really, you've exposed yourself. You've brought more eyes to yourself. And you are wicked. You are utterly wicked. You don't want this woman. You don't love this woman. Why don't you want to let her go? Why do you want to keep on holding to the things? You don't want her. You're not the same. You're just two different people. You can always get another beard. It appears that you, from your titles and your job occupation, it appears that you have money. You can always get another beard. A lot of women down there, it's all about the money. They'll play the role. They'll play the role and you'll move on with your life and she moves on with hers. What do you have to gain from this? Oh, you get a $5 million? Okay. But it appears to me that you are a tormented, unhappy soul, that you want to keep on dragging and holding on to someone that you really don't even want. It's almost narcissistic. But these are questions that people really need to rethink. A divorce? it takes 10, 12 years to grant a divorce, really? And you want people in bondage in this modern day and age? I don't think so. I don't think so. This woman didn't commit any adultery. The real criminal is the Nigerian court system. Because this doesn't make sense by any stretch of the imagination. She's done nothing wrong. And like I said, I'm unbiased. I'm not partial to any one of them. I'm just looking at this from a fair point of view. You don't want to be in bondage, don't put someone else in bondage. And to the masses that are ready to crucify her, I was looking at some of the places like Nairaland who want to crucify her. Now, let me ask you something. You have daughters. And from listening to different people, I've heard that this is a common thing. My goodness, how times have changed. Times have changed, man. I thought the DL thing, the down low, the men of a different orientation and hiding, I thought it was just an American thing. Much to my shock, it's a Nigerian thing. Jesus, Mary, and Jojo. I never thought I'd see the day. Boy, has Nigeria changed. So, to those of you who have daughters, and since they say that this is now becoming a way of life in Nigeria, how would you feel if it was your daughter? Would you want your daughters to be in bondage, hiding, all in the name of marriage, fake marriage? Would you like that? Would that be acceptable to you? Let's be fair. Let's stop playing games here. Let us stop playing games here. You know the truth. And I listened, before all of this came, I listened to that interview on Linda Cage's network. She wanted to do this peacefully. She said to him she wants to leave. I don't think she wanted any problem. She didn't want any headache. But this man wants to make her property, wants her to be someone that he can use and throw away at any time. And because she refuses to be that slave, now you do this. You brought this on yourself, sir. And for a country like that still frowns upon this way of life, I would think that you would not want to put more eyes on yourself. So, Benedicta, live your life. And she has lived it. She has lived it and she's happy. She went to the same school. She said UDSS. That's also what struck my interest. I went to UDSS too. In Port Harcourt, River State, Port Harcourt. So she has lived her life. Go live yours. Go find something else to do. There's a whole lot that needs to be done than wasting time. And even if the courts grant you the $5 million, sir, you still are going to be empty and miserable. And everyone else mind their own business. I know BDM, a very dark man, who I'm a big fan of. I love. He is so entertaining. I know he said that they should come on his show. Oh well, good luck with that. But hey, we all do our own thing. But I don't think Benedicta, as far as I'm concerned, is no adulteress. This is a woman who has a right to be free. She does not need to be in bondage. She needs to live, and she has lived and will continue to live. The end. Oh, and one last thing. Everything I said is alleged because this is all hearsay, and this is just my take and my opinion. I don't know what has gone on. I didn't see what went on. Just giving my opinion. Now the end.